Alright. Why am I recording? Stop recording. Alrighty, is it working? Are we up? Receiving your content, your artist receipt in a moment. Get ready. Alrighty. Why am I doing it on YouTube and not Twitch? In case anyone is watching. Meh. Because I can, I guess. I mean, my internet connection here is not the greatest. It's not bad. Like, I'm pretty sure I can stream stuff so long as it's not online content. But that's kind of like what I play for the most part, is MMOs and stuff like that, so it kind of sucks. And I don't know, Twitch, I'm dropping a lot of frames when I'm trying on Twitch, so I'm just kind of shits and giggling trying a little bit of YouTube here of the Y-tubs to see if this shit will actually work or not. And besides, since I have more followers/subscribers on YouTube than I do on Twitch, then maybe it's worth a shot. I don't know. I do not know. But we will find out, yes? So yes, for anybody watching this, I'm actually, I realize I'm starting like mid-level 4-ish or whatever. I was testing it on Twitch to see if it worked, and I was dropping frames, so I was just like, oh, F it. Let's just try the Y-tubs and see how it works. But this is a private server called Tauri WOW. It just It just released a 5.4.8 MOP server. I think the server is called Evermoon. And out of curiosity, I'm just gonna try it out. I mean, what the hell, why not? I mean, I've always been kind of, maybe not always, but I've been so sort of focused on being like, oh, I need to do it this way, I need to... Oh, I'm walking in the wrong damn direction. Oh, I need to make it a series, I need to make it entertaining and engaging for people. I want to play the game. I mean, I have no particular severe hateness for Mists of Pandaria, and I mean, looking back upon it with a more objective viewpoint, you know, Mists was actually a very... that ain't gonna fit. You don't duck? Alright, that's cool. I mean, you know, looking at it from a more, you know, objective lens, you know, Mists of Pandaria was... It was a competently made expansion, and I mean, it knew what it wanted, it did it, it knew the story it wanted to tell, so it told that story. You know, I mean, some of the design decisions were, shall we say, a bit questionable. But by and large, it was a very competent expansion that didn't really suffer from content cut. It didn't really suffer from severe content drought. If we, you know, if we ignore the whole not having any content for about a year while they're working on Warlords of Draenor. And quite frankly, I am entirely willing to place the blame for that content drought entirely on Warlords of Draenor. Warlords of Draenor was so goddamn bad, it was causing content droughts before it was even out. Bam! But all things told, Mist was a, you know, I mean, it was a competently made expansion. I didn't really have any particular hate of it. I just didn't really like the Asian aesthetic that much. It wasn't bad, it just didn't really do anything for me. And that's not me like hating on pandas. I actually love the idea of Pandaren. They're freaking awesome. It's just Pandaria itself has a very... I mean, it's Asian. They're supposed to be basically Chinese, right? They're supposed to have a very Asian inflection, and it's just kind of like, meh. It just doesn't really do much for me. Where the fuck is this... Teneron Storm Grip at the top of... Oh, it's at the top of Aldersel. Man, I need to read the damn quest McJiggeries. How amusing. But all things told, you know, it was a competent expansion, so what I've heard for the past few days is that it's not, you know, this expansion, or it's not the expansion, but the server itself is actually pretty well scripted. Strangely enough, I hear that Pandaria isn't unlocked yet. I don't know if that's for all servers or just for this one. I don't really know. But yeah, I mean, for shiggles, for just a little quick, like, futzing around and having good times, what the hell, why not? I mean, it's here, I have a day off. I spent like a day and a half freaking downloading it, again, which points to the whole, like, my internet isn't the greatest. I pay for like 45 up and 20 down, and I get, at best, 20 up, 5 down. I should probably, you know, downgrade to something that's closer to that, but the eternal optimist in me is like, well, maybe they'll fix it. Maybe it'll go up to 45 up at some point, I don't know. I mean, you don't know, who knows? God knows. You know, but I ain't God, and nobody I know is God, so far as I know. I've used the word no way too many times, so now it's just completely lost all meaning. No, 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 no. Ah, yes, this is story time with Nelf Town. Oh, that's right. This is one of the things that they added in the Cataclysm revamp, was that you can just slow fall your ass off this thing without suiciding. But that was kind of the fun, was getting to suicide yourself. Woo! Shabam. Oh, no achievement for that? What? No achievement? I know I don't have a target. Let me make the things go. That's a spell book. That's enter. Okay. I'm a little sad that didn't count towards going down, but I suppose that's for the best, considering that the whole being able to get the going down achievement by doing that was kind of like cheese-tacular to the extreme. Oh, you know what? Let me do something real quick. Let me add a video capture. Play capture? Sure. Whoa! Okay. No. We're gonna bye. We're gonna remove you. Yes, remove the capture, please. Thank you. Oh, Lordy Jesus. Okay. That was scary. That hurt my brain. Okay, so let's add a no capture? Sure. Doing this shit in Vivo. My bad. Better. What the fuck? What? Vassus. Oh. Duh. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do this. And we're gonna, like, scoot you down a bit like that. I'm gonna put you right there. Because hilarity. By the way, I actually play with a program called XPatter, which actually maps keyboard functions to various controllers. I mean, it can be used for Xbox controllers, PS3, 4, any USB controller. It can be used for, like, Guitar Hero. You can use dance pads. It's surprisingly versatile, and I do very much enjoy it. It makes the whole... I don't want to say it has revitalized my love for MMOs, because I like them regardless, but having the ability to kind of just, maybe not play it my way, but have something that's less painful for my hands is, you know, very much appreciative. Because beforehand, I was actually using a Razer Tartarus, which is one of those little, like, mini keyboard things that's sort of ergonomic and you can press all the buttons and good stuff. But even that, like, it really bothers my hands after a while. It, you know, just having to basically do keyboard stress. It's repetitive stress injury, right? That's basically like the root of carpal tunnel syndrome. Excuse me, I told you to stop running. You know, it ends up hurting your hand after a while. At least it hurt my hand after a while, so... And having the controller actually gives me a bit more freedom of just movement and, you know, being able to kind of sit back and chill rather than having to sit, you know, having to... I don't have to exercise good posture, basically, which is nice for me because, like, fuck good posture, basically. Or something to that effect. Hi person. Random person who is now... Oh, I'm just supposed to... Oh, okay, so I still need to actually kill them, yes? I still need to collect their goody giblets or something? Is that something to the effect I'm going for here? Now, if I were to put this here, and then put that over it, will it hide? Yep, it totally hides it. Fuck. And... If it's not window capture, is it... Properties... Window title? I don't even know what the fuck that means. Whatever. Looks good. I'm a professional, I promise. Don't look at me like that. Oh, hello, Mr. Webber Lurker. How are you doing today? How you doing, good sir? How are you, my good sir? I'm glad to hear it. Okay, now I need to find owls. The owls. Anyone who played Mega Man X4 will understand that joke. And if you didn't, you need to freaking YouTube that shit, because it's... Man, the X4 and the Mega Man 8, just the voice acting for it is so horrible. I mean, like, it is epic levels of bad, and it's so painful, but at the same time, it's the greatest thing ever. And it's total schadenfreude that I'm totally mocking someone's, you know... I mean, I'm sure they worked very hard, and that, you know, they're probably embarrassed to have such a poor showing with their names attached in it, and that's a horrible experience to be sure, but my god, it's the funniest damn thing. I'm not laughing at them, I'm laughing, you know, in their general direction. Not necessarily at them, I don't mean them any ill will or, you know, hope they, you know, die in a bus fire or anything to that effect, far be it. I hope their other offerings are significantly better. How does this sound? Hang on a sec. We're going to get some soundception going on here. Alrighty. Why am I doing it on YouTube and not Twitch? In case anyone is watching. Oh, Shaz Muffins. Knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off. Okay. Let's turn the music off real quick. Found Cletus. Gone into webs. Work with me. Turn the music off real quick. Ah, shit. Not what I wanted to do. Play a different portion. Now, if I were to put this here, and then put that over it, will it hide? Yep, it totally hides it. Fuck. Okay, it works. Gnarly. Sorry, again, I should probably be doing this at, like, some other time of life. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. I probably shouldn't be doing that while broadcasting live. There's the sentence I was trying to find in the noggin somewhere. But, you know, you either fix it or you don't, and I didn't want it to be a thing where, you could hear me, or you couldn't hear anything else but me, which is to say, because I know that I have a wonderful, you know, the alluring sound of my voice and all that is, you know, without a doubt enchanting, but having in-game sounds kind of nice too. I would think. How many people are online anyway? 1, 2, 85. This is like server info or some shit. There it is. I wonder if all servers, private servers, have that option, or if most of them have it blocked. Online players, 369. That's not bad. That's definitely doable. Please stop attacking me. Thank you. Yay, bags. I like having bags. Now, where the hell are we going? Did I really just ask that? I totally just asked where we were going. The same place we've been every other time, fucking Pinky. Where do you think we're going? Alright. Gnarly. I remember the days of the severed voodoo claw actually being an incredibly useful item. And beyond that, it was an incredibly useful thing to sell. It gave me good starting gold so I can actually learn my, cooking and first aid. That was always good. What? Why is that blue?
Greetings. Good luck, friend.
Why was that colored blue? That usually means daily quests, yes? Yes, I killed things for Zen Foulhoof. It's all good. It's all good, baby. Customer attention. Without this realm wouldn't be possible. There are no game masters on any of our realms. See any one of our devs? Problem about you. They never ask your account passwords. Recently there have been many scams involving players pretending to be GMs promising items in exchange for SMS donations. Tauri team staff will never ask you for your account details. You send SMS da 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 da. Alrighty. Corruption is real. Or the attempted corruption, that is to say. Ah, fuck. I don't have my soul junk button. Damn it. I need to get add-ons for this. See, I was so... maybe jazzed isn't the right word, but I was so intent on actually logging in to just immediately start playing once it had been completed downloading that I didn't think about the whole eating shit for things. I'll save those. Those are kind of useful. I also miss the auto sort function. That might be the one and only thing about Warlords of Draenor, aside from the character model upgrades, and even that's questionable. That was actually, you know, a bonus. I miss auto sort. La ta ta la ta ta la. La da 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 dum bum 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 la da da la da 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 la da 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 la da da la da da. Now where the hell am I going? Right here. I also miss the shadows. That I like. I like that about New WoW. I love the additional shadows of New WoW. Makes things feel nicer. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to take both of those at the same time. Like 90% sure that you're not supposed to take both of those at the same time. But that's fine. Not gonna bitch much. Just makes my life a little bit easier. How many people out there in TV land are even remotely interested in this kind of stuff? Yeah, wow. Get up, get up, get up, get up. There you go. Wait a minute, they added weather back in? When did they do that? I remember they took weather out for Cataclysm, and then they were like, oops, sorry. It's not gonna happen again. They added weather back in. Is that a thing that they have in retail? Because I distinctly remember it being at a point where I was like, man, I really miss seeing weather in the world. I miss seeing snow. And shit. Encoding overload. How the hell is encoding overloaded? Nothing's running. There, fine. I'll shut down like the one file I have open. Oops. Sorry, screen's effed up. Dude. Seriously, how is encoding overloaded? I'm not even... Oh, I'm recording. Why am I recording? Why are you recording? What did I just do? Okay, so those are gonna go bye-bye. There we go. That's back down to more normal levels of things and whatnot. I'm a professional. I promise.
May the stars guide you.
Right, so I had to take this back to Mr. Hippogriff Man, sir. So, random question. Would these things be more enjoyable to watch if I just didn't talk? Seriously. You guys are welcome to tell me that. I may or may not listen, but you're welcome to tell me.
I need to target something first.
No shit, Sherlock. I got kitty kitty scratch scratch form. Hoorah. Shadow Meld, I already have its own spot. Not need auto attack, thank you. Let's do that instead. Yeah?
Goddess bless you.
Turn to Neoma. Or Nioma. I don't know. I totally forgot that they, had freaking cat form at like level 8. Because they added that cataclysm, I think. I completely forgot that. I'm not even level 8, I'm level 6. Yeah, I'm level 6. F that. Alright. Whee! God, I love how the game graphics can just pop. I also get the feeling that, like, literally nobody's going to see this because it is YouTube and not Twitch, which means that nobody's going to be really taking a look at this. Sad face. Let me see where the hell I'm going, because it's all, like, south and east, yeah? Yeah, okay. Isn't Zen Falhoof actually a boss somewhere later? If not in a dungeon, but he's, like, someone you have to kill in a later zone or some shit. Comes back like freaking Dr. Claw. Don't need to kill the Timberlings. Trying so hard you do not understand to not say Justin Timberling. Partially because it's no longer really relevant, and partially because it's not a good joke, but it's right there. The pun is so real.
What means it? Good luck, friend. Goddess will open. I really like it.
Oh, you know what? Kitty, kitty, scratch, scratch. Kitty, scratch, scratch. I also maybe get the feeling that perhaps just shooting them in the face with Wrath might actually be faster. Hey, this shit's level 8. Oh, alright. Yeah, it's actually, like, literally faster to just shoot them in the face with a ball of sun. Ball of sun? Ball of sun rays? I don't know, man. Words are hard. I don't like it. Oh, never mind. I didn't actually use my finisher. No wonder it was taking so long to kill. Cool. I don't care what y'all say. This shit is the bomb diggity. This shit being, like, WoW and or, Druids in general. They are cool. Oh, hey, I might die. That's not good. That's real bad. But lucky enough, apparently rejuvenation is just a goddamn full heal. Alright. When did that happen? Is that right? An additional 112 every 3 seconds? You shitting me? Is that legit? Is that how it was before? That seems entirely too powerful. Kitty, kitty, scratch, scratch. Okay, so we definitely need to change that in the interface. Well, first, let me make sure I'm not gonna die. System. Sound. Error speech. Bye-bye error speech. Go F yourself error speech. Never come back. Never talk to me again. Kitty, kitty, scratch, scratch. Thank you, good sir. I get the feeling that maybe I was not supposed to do this quest immediately and I'm supposed to go over to Starbreeze where the fuck ever. Perhaps. Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. I definitely like the speed bonus, that's for sure. Give me them sprouts, yo. Timberling, I have no quarrel with you or your kin. All I need to do is find your sprouts so I can make sure that you never have a further generation. And, you know, basically commit genocide upon all your people who are now corrupted and evil and stuff. You know, Red is dead. That's kind of how it goes. So, you know, them's the berries. But I have no quarrel with you specifically. So I just need to make sure that all of your future offspring will never see life on this earth. And then we'll be good to go. And I will be on my way. Thank you very much. Have a Kit Kat bar. Oh, cool. I also see that little exclamation point down there. I have not forgotten you, good sir. Rallying Greenspire, good sir, thank you. I do not need you. Woohoo! Level 7, biatches. This is probably one of the only things about quote-unquote more modern, while like post-cataclysm leveling content. Not even necessarily that it's easy, it's too damn, maybe not even necessarily that it's too fast, it's just you tend to out-level the zone before you're actually done there, before you're done the whole story. So if you want to finish the whole zone to completion, you know, you end up with getting shit experience because you're waiting out the whole zone to completion. Oh, okay. Hi. Greetings, weird talking giant fruit thing. How are you doing today? Yoop. /90. 0. Who? 80 to 84. 1. Just 1. Yeah, you definitely are the dedicated few. I mean, the server's been released like, what, 4 days ago? So it's actually pretty impressive to see that many people who are max level already. Dude, video game or not, I love the sound of rain. It's such a soothing, relaxing sound that always makes me want to go to sleep. F yourself, lurkers. So I need to get thine Emerald Dreamcatcher. Unless they changed it to be dropped from somebody, it should be coming from that little chesty thing. Hello, good sir. You go squish now. Why am I in combat? Oh, hello. How you doing? Hi. You weren't supposed to aggro from outside the wall. That's like fucking vanilla Murloc strats right there. That's not cool. Nobody liked a vanilla Murloc. You remember Deep Ocean Vast Sea? I fucking love having stealth at level 6 though. That's great. Haha, fuck you rogues. I mean, you only get it at level 2. Sup? Wait, when did it change so that way stealthing actually brought you up to full speed? Did that change? Whoops. Buttons are hard. I like the fact that I stay stealth while doing this. I don't think that's correct, but I'm glad that it works that way. Now I gotta talk to What's-a-Madoodle. Was that a Warlord's change with the stealth? Or is that just for... Was that just for rogues? I don't remember. I just remember there being a point where it didn't actually slow your movement speed. I am confused. I think it's this one. It totally is. Gnarly. No. I do not want to kill you. You are one of my kind. Even though I'm factually cooler looking. Okay, you know what? Okay. You asked for it, you wanted it, you got it. Eat shit, good sir. It didn't have to be like this. That's cloth, but still way more armor than what I have currently, so I will take it. Now what? Get fucked. Thanks for the free experience and the voodoo claws. It was a great 1 silver, 25 copper. Why am I recording again? Stop recording. What am I Okay, hang on a second. There's got to be something weird with my keybinds. No, that's correct. Okay, I have something with my keybinds is fucked somewhere. Because recording is just like the dash sign, the minus symbol. Gotta have it somewhere. I'm not touching my keyboard. Why do I have that attached? What am I using for an equal sign? Wait, what? What? No? Like all sorts of no. There should be... What? Eh. Okay, well, you're gonna go away. Because that should not... Yeah, we'll make do with that. Because going like this should not Did not start any recording. I am very confused by this. Alright, that's weird. Moving on. We might be able to hit level 9. Well, nah, we'll hit level 8 for sure. Maybe not 9.
What brings you
Masochistic Dream Eater. Oh, you have another quest for him. Gimme.
here? Mystery.
I remember this dude. Melaneus, that motherfucker. I'm gonna be totally real. I did not know that quest existed for the longest damn time because I never went up like to the top of the tree, and I never saw those two quests for the entire time that I was playing vanilla.
The sharp light.
Had no idea. Hilarious, isn't it? I'm so goddamn funny. Relics Awakening. Oh boy. At least they give you a quest specific to the Relics of Awakening, where you kill things, and it's not just sort of like the, hey, collect the shaman belt that has a god freaking, like, 1% drop rate. Isn't that fun? Go F yourself, game. You're not funny. Well, for us, you're gonna have to wait, because you're gonna be, like, the last on my list of things to do. Oh yeah, they added pet battles in Mr. Pandaria, didn't they? No, fuck it. You're just gonna die. I'm sorry, sir. I promise your death will not be in vain. Well, actually, you didn't drop anything, so your death will totally be in vain. Sorry, man. Them's the breaks. You know, it's amazing. I've been live for like 37 minutes on here, and I have dropped 874 frames, 0.6% of everything overall. I was test streaming on Twitch on about 4 different servers, and I dropped about 25% of my frames, and I literally have no idea why. There's nothing different except the fact that I'm using the YouTube servers over the Twitch ones. Literally nothing different. It's the weirdest shit. Don't you fairy fireman? Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be using a quest item. Sorry, dude. Where the hell is Melaneus in this shit? Okay, we're gonna fix this real quick because that is not kosher. This isn't that bad of a setup. I'm also walking... No, I'm walking in the right direction. He's down along the bottom here. The funny thing is, this dude was in like 3 or 4 different places in this cave, depending upon which expansion you went to. In Vanilla WoW, and I think in part of Burning Crusade, he was actually on that little like outcropping over there. You can't really see my cursor, but it's the one cave right there that's kind of like right under the Alliance. And then through I think it was like halfway through BC, through most of the Lich King, he was at... No, excuse me, I totally said that wrong. So for most of Vanilla, he wasn't in that outcropping that's facing, like, kind of facing my direction where I am now. He was actually in this sort of outcropping. Like, if you look at this top section, it looks like a giant M. He's in, like, the middle portion of that M, the really squiggly thing. It was, like, in the middle of a corner here. It's the most bullshit thing ever. And then Burning Crusade, he got moved to that outcropping right there. That's underneath where it says Alliance, like, right here. And then, I guess for Cataclysm, he got moved to here, which actually makes sense. But, for real, fuck this guy. He is such an unpleasant dickbag, and I do not like him at all. He fills me with unhappiness, and he deserves to die. He didn't even turn into a cat! Get fucked! Give me the goddamn head, please. Wow, that sounded weird out of context. I'm gonna continue using the shit out of this, too. I know I'm in combat. Oh, hey, I'm about to die. That's not good. Jump that, please. Thank you. Ace foes! But so far, this isn't that bad. I mean, this seems pretty, with the exception of a couple of quests showing up when they shouldn't. Like, for instance, on top of getting the druid quest thing where it's like, hey, I'm supposed to find out where your druid trainer is, even though they're useless now, they don't do anything for you. I also got the monk one, which is kind of weird. It's kind of like real weird. And then I also got 2 of these stupid Teldrassil file quests simultaneously when I know that ain't supposed to happen. Excuse me? There you go. Now to talk to What's-Her-Face and get the quest so I can do the Relic's Awakening, that's gonna be a freaking jazz. Actually, it's not that bad now, since they have an NPC with you that basically one-shots everything. It makes the quest a lot less painful, but dude, that shit was like a rite of passage trying to finish that quest. To be fair, most of the characters I created prior to, like, I'd say maybe Wrath of the Lich King. It was a lot easier in Wrath of the Lich King because it was just, classes were better balanced, generally speaking. But even then, that quest was a bitch to take care of, man. And part of the reason I'm doing this is to see how well the pathfinding in this area is. Because if the pathfinding is shit, the way it is on a lot of private servers, this quest is going to be practically undoable because it's all like a weird coiling spire bullshit. So unfortunately, if the pathfinding is shit, that means the mobs don't realize that you are above or under them, which means that they will just, just mysteriously appear from, from the freaking floor. They drop out of the ceiling like a goddamn ninja. And then before you know it, you have about 18 of these motherfuckers trying to kill you. It's one of the reasons believe it or not, I've actually played many a private server, and that's usually the deal breaker. And it's one of the reasons I tend to play, on top of the fact that I like a knight being, a druid, and a night elf in general, because, I'm a hipster or some shit. It's because of this quest right here, the Relic's Awakening quest, because it gives you such a good visualization of how the pathfinding is or isn't. All the starting caves do that, but this quest right here gives you a very good indication of whether or not it's even really worth your time to level on one of these places. Because if the pathfinding is that shit, where they're going to actually come from the ceiling, again, like vanilla Murloc strats, which I'm still bent out of shape about. By the way, I also made a point of doing Deep Ocean Vast Sea. Not on private servers, fuck that. Like, I'm not that masochistic. Oh, is this something I can actually wear? Yeah, I guess I could, technically, but, I could also technically, run around the street naked. What was I saying? Okay. Thank you, merciful NPC. Hey, for starters, private server, the NPC showed up. That's a plus. Now, let's see. How bad is this gonna get? Hello, random person who is or is not watching me at the moment I'm saying this. How are you doing today? There we go. Alright, pathfinding seems pretty okay so far. I haven't gotten mobbed yet. Usually before I even got through that front door section, I was getting mobbed by things on the really shit stock Mango servers, so that's good. They get brownie points for that. I think that, yeah, that door's closed now, so what's-his-face isn't here. Now you all get to see how directionally challenged I am. Yay! What is that term called? It's not bear catting. That's what it used to be for feral druids that would hop between bear and cat form because that was kind of like the only way to survive. I'm putting on gray cloth pants. Oh yeah, baby. Living the dream. But this is one of the things I like about being a druid, getting back to the point that I'd completely forgotten about 30 seconds prior, is that I like being able, especially at these early levels where you kind of have to use all of your forms to their fullest, you know. If you run out of energy, you can pop out and start doing a little bit of DPS in your caster form, pop out and do a heal, and then by that point you should have enough energy back, hopefully, to be able to do some more damage, some more deeps, if you will, as a kitty scratch. Hello, good sir. I have bear form. Aha! I didn't want to talk to you. I want to loot the damn thingy-madoodle. Not what I want. There we go. I got bear form. Fear me. You need to get out of my face. That's... I have that on 4, I think. Bear form, go. It said bear form gadget. I'm not sure why. Why did I think... I can't remember. Was not bear form, excuse me. Was Mull useless in this expansion? I can't quite remember. I remember it being kind of bad. There was a point where I just didn't even have it on my bar because it just wasn't any damn good. Did I just get 60 rage for fighting for, like, smacking one thing in the face? I mean, I'm down. No, bye, random person. I am sorry I could not please you. Okay, yeah, that's... Yeah, that shit ain't happening right now. It's gonna be kitty all the way for now. Rune of Nesting. Jump. Dad Mac will make you. Oh, that sucks for her. They're gonna dogpile on her ass, aren't they? Yeah, she's dead. Sorry, hon. Thank you for tanking for me, though. I appreciate it. And luckily enough for me, fucking Rejuvenation is the most OP spell ever. What's up, Green Paw? How you been? So is she gonna come back, or am I, like, on my own now? Oh yeah, upgrading to them gray leather stuffs now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, brother. I'm not a guy. I can't do that. Can't blame me for... Well, I guess you can totally blame me for trying, but... Don't. What is this dude? Where you at? Suddenly this is a little bit scarier because now that chick isn't here to help me. Feels a little bit more OG though. I can appreciate it. Hey, shamalama ding dong. I just looked at that, damn it. Sup, eh? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that chick ain't coming back. Oh, that sucks. How you doing, Snuggle Bear? You're gonna have a real bad time with this. Man, I miss having actual, like, number cooldowns. I forgot that was like when I actually had to get an add-on for that. Those were dark times, man, that lasted for like 10 years. Yoop. So I need Sapphire of Sky. Where would that be? Guess I should have asked that chick before I suicided her, huh? This is so broken. I'm gonna die? Okay, just pop an instant cast heal that's gonna, like, make sure I don't die for the next 10 to 15 seconds guaranteed. Unless I'm really, really trying very, very hard. This is where I started, wasn't it? Yeah, I totally walked past this. Well, that sucks. Shaman Voodoo Charm. Well, I already murdered like 40 of these fuckers. So is that actually blocked off, or is that just a door that's closed? Door is locked. Alright. That's cool. The hell is that? What the hell are you? I mean, I'm down. I don't remember that existing before. Is that something they added? Here's the irony, is that I'm running out of bag space because I have so many bags. That's kind of funny. Oh, it's gonna be this motherfucking thing. Alright. Not worth it. So I need to find the Shamalama Ding Dongs. Which means I need to kill all the defenders in the way before I get there. I am actually going to have to start throwing this shit away. That's hilarious. Actually, I need to... That is actually better than what I have. Alright. Oh, this quest sucks balls. Wait, did that just buffed me? Cute! That's another little, commonly seen private server mistake in which that will actually buff the player instead of the, mob, which is, I mean, like, cool. Makes my life easier, but it's not supposed to do that. Yay! Voodoo charm. Get fucked. I already have that one. Alright, I murdered everything over here, so hopefully they should not have respawned immediately. I hope. I will say that if I weren't playing a druid right now, this shit would have killed me like 3 times over, because the only thing that has saved me is my super OP rejuvenation spell right now. Otherwise, I would have been just murdered, which is fine. That's what I get for having my partner in crime killed like 5 minutes in. Though again, I do find it rather odd that she has not come back to play. Maybe it's one of those where you have to like reload? Curious. No, she ain't back. Well, shit. Alright. What is this game? Am I the only viewer? At the moment, yes, you are the only viewer. The game is, World of Warcraft. It's Tauri WOW, which is, a Mista Pandaria private server that released a few days ago. I've been downloading it because my internet is shit. Sorry, forgot to speak. I've been downloading for the past couple of days. I have not been playing for quite some time. Or my internet basically sucks, so I've had to... Why is the fucking door locked? Okay. I mean, that's cool, I guess. So, is the thing I need in there? I'm real confused right now. Okay, Rage Claw. Indeed, it is WoW. It is the wowiest of wows. Hey, that worked. Now where the hell is the sapphire fucking sky? Do I have to complete... But no, I would... In order to open the door, he would need to... What the fuck? So... Where it's at? 2 turntables and a microphone, what the fuck? Why can't I... I know that the door is locked, but could I, like, go through anyway? You are weak sauce. What the fuck is the last thingy? It's gotta be in there, right? That one I already got. I just went about it in, like, the most derpy way possible. I went in the opposite direction. Isn't it down here somewhere or some shit? There it is. Alrighty. Alrighty, that makes me feel better. And I can't pick it up. Neat. What? Really? You're gonna do me like that, game, huh? Alright, cool. I'll just stealth here and wait then. However the fuck long I need to wait, I suppose. Already looted my ass. Thanks, game. It's a new server. It's fine. It's a little bit bugged. But seriously, I'm streaming for over an hour. Dropped 800 frames. Twitch server, I dropped like freaking like 2,000 frames in a few minutes. It was pissing me off, to be quite frank. Why is it Frank anyway? Why is it when someone's honest that they're Frank? Why isn't it like, why can't they be Todd? It makes no sense. Ooh. I happened to adjust the film the other day. What? Sorry, multitasking. Oh, no, I did not. Well, shit. I wonder how long the spawn timer is for this. How are you guys doing today? Ah, I'm apparently yawning for some reason. I don't know why. Got up at a very nice and reasonable, like, 8:30 in the morning, and then, you know, stayed in bed until about 9:30 in the morning, because damn it, that's how I roll. Come on, Beavis. I will continue to murder this single creature over and over again. There it is. There we go. Now, pull this shit. 'Cause I'm not running out of this shithole. F that noise.
Feel free to browse.
Mm-hmm. Browse I shall, good game. Browse I shall. Here. Wait, do I have 52 fucking gold already? Not gold, excuse me. Do I have 52 silver already? What the hell did I sell? The fuck?
I am listening.
Also, I never did finish that quest to kill the ambushers, because I'm a donglehorn. I didn't pay attention to exactly which mobs I needed to kill. My bad.
Farewell.
How may I help? Goddess watch over you.
Okie dokie then. I look like the world's most impressive hobo. Look at that.
Elune be with you. Elune light your way.
I am listening. Farewell.
Alright. I don't think you can equip something that has something in a bag. Or at least I don't think you can equip a bag when that bag you're trying to swap out does not have something changed. My understanding, at least.
Ishnu Allah.
Ishnu Dal Diab.
Be careful.
I really do need to get Ferocitus the Dream Eater. Wait, what? Did I? What? I just used the Hearthstone. Why is it... What? You know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna question it. It's good. It's golden. It's all groovy in the hood. I'm fine with it. Welcome back, Light Dragon 20. How are you doing today? I kind of wish that the YouTube chat actually had some sort of timestamp or something so I could figure out how long I've been unintentionally ignoring people. I'm bad at multitasking, man. Oh, I'm not too bad. Can't complain. Enjoying my day off from work. Ferocitus the Dream Eater. Eat this! Thank you. Could you take the fucking jewel, please? Thank you. This was like the most bullshit quest ever when the game first started. Maybe not. Well, for the first, I guess, through Cataclysm, really, because you actually didn't loot the jewel, you looted the Emerald Dreamcatcher that he was missing, and the only way to get completion for the quest was to actually open the Dreamcatcher and get the jewel. Which is kind of weird in and of itself. I mean, you know, like, he he wanted his Dreamcatcher bat. Why does it matter if it's in the jewel or not? But it would screw up so many people thinking that they would have to go back and kill him over and over again before realizing that you already had it, you just had to open the damn lock. It was silly pants. Only cases of test tubes instead of... Wait, what? What? Okay, I'm running the wrong direction. Oh, what the hell am I doing? Spell is not ready yet, huh? Alright, I see how it is. Just want to troll me a little bit, that's cool. Oh, loaded Jesus. How much time have I been playing? / played. 1 hour and 38 minutes. That ain't bad for level 10. Ah, shit. I gotta kill the mystics. Damn it. Damn it, chat. Why didn't somebody tell me that? That is 100% facetious, by the way. I know exactly why. I'm an idiot. I should have actually read the quest text. That's why it's there. I can't blame... Like, Final Fantasy XI is... You know, it's vague enough that you can get away with the game being like, what the fuck, game? Why aren't you telling me that this is right the hell here? Like, 1/7 Gnarlpine Mystic Slain. Derpa derpa her. I mean, pre-Kata, you would get those 7 mystics. I think it required that as well, but you would get that simply by virtue of just killing the mobs waiting for the fucker to spawn. Alright, Mystic Man, let's go. Come here, boys. Did I get a Switch? No, I unfortunately did not. One, I don't really have any money to, like, any extra money to spend. And two, there aren't any games on it aside from Legend of Zelda, which is cool. I mean, from what I heard, it's like a fantastic game. But I ain't paying like $300-something for a game. She says, as she's been religiously playing WoW for like 12 years. But that's different. That's subscription-based. So I'm gonna wait and see how it kind of pans out. Because I don't know if it's actually supposed to be like a new generation of console, if it's supposed to compete with like the PS4 or be above the PS4. Like, I don't get it. Or if it's supposed to be like another portable. Like, I don't know what the hell it wants to be. It looks really cool, but... yeah, you know, so did the Wii. Cool enough that everyone and their goddamn sister needed to buy it. And it was consistently sold out, partially because Nintendo is fantastic at creating their own shortages. Like, I'm sure they had, you know, 1 million of those sitting in the warehouse, but they're only releasing 1,000 a week, so that way it would generate hype. People wanted it because they couldn't get it. You know, basic psychological principle, and that's quite impressive. But at the same time, I mean, the last Nintendo console I had was a Wii and a Nintendo DS. A limited edition Legend of Zelda Nintendo DS at that. I actually traded in the Wii for an Xbox 360, which I only had like 2 games for, and I never really played it. As a matter of fact, I think I ended up giving it to my nephew when they moved away. I think I just gave it to him, was like, here, like, have fun, I'm not playing it, I'm not touching it. I mean, like, it seems like an interesting concept, but then again, so did the Wii, and not a lot of people wanted to utilize the stuff that the Wii had, mainly either because it was a pain in the ass to program, I guess, or because Nintendo was being kind of a Nazi with their, the things had to be in a certain way at a certain time, and I don't think they're realizing that it's not 1985 anymore, and the video game crash is like 30 years over, so, you know, they're not 800-pound gorilla that they necessarily think they are. Though to be fair, it could be just as easily said that there's going to be another video game crash coming in the next 5 to 10 years with how much, well, shit is out there now, including by major companies. It's so... There's so much choice. There's so much choice that it's difficult to determine exactly what you want, so people may just invariably vote with their wallet and just not buy anything. Which point will be entirely their own goddamn fault. Also, I'm playing this with 0 add-ons. That feels so weird. You don't even understand, man. Hello, Max Helm. How are you doing today? How are you doing today, good sir? Barefoot hippie running through trees. Stepping on twigs and getting pissed. Oh, I am sorry. Colds suck. Alright, so I gotta fill the amethyst vial. I gotta talk to who the fuck ever. Wait, he's out in the middle of fucking nowhere now? Alright, that's cool. Oh, the ambushers aren't by over the what's-a-madoodle place anymore. They're actually up. Oh, they changed the quest for it. No wonder I wasn't killing the right mobs. That's understandable. Okay. Shut up, don't look at me like that. Do I have new spelly spells? Nope. At level 10 I get fucking entangling roots on Kalu Kalay. Wait, at 14 I get teleport Moonglade? Alright, that's a little odd, but sure, whatevs. Yeah, I heard the Northeast just got slammed with like a major snowstorm, which sucks. I remember those days. Ha ha. No, but seriously, like when I was living up north, like a little over a year ago, we had basically just tried to dig ourselves out of a snowstorm. So it was like the most snow that had ever come down in Maryland's history. So, and I mean, like quite literally, there were freaking like 6-foot snowdrifts. I mean, which is not necessarily like impressive or uncommon. Or expressly uncommon. I mean, everyone in Maryland would have a goddamn panic attack, even the hint of snow. But I mean, it was literally like 2.5, 3 feet of snow, like, in our front yard. Which was a lot more uncommon. It was, I'm like chugging through 3 feet of snow, just trying to like shovel a damn pathway to the car I can't even use. But just trying to get to the road so that way I can walk 1/4 mile to the store I worked at so I can see if the roof had caved in or not. That was good times, man. It's good fucking times. My favorite animal? Wombat. Why? Because, look, have you heard the, like, say the word wombat. How can you not love an animal that has such a fun name? So, like platypus. But platypuses have duckbills, and it's kind of like, you know. But wombat. Oh, hi, Mr. Rare Mob. How are you doing today? What's up? I will say this, you know, for better or for worse, YouTube servers for streaming seem to be a hell of a lot more stable than Twitch's servers, because, as I've mentioned, and I've said this a few times now, but, like, looking right now, I've dropped 874 frames, which is 0.03% of the frames that I have framified in the hour and 19 minutes I've been live. With Twitch, I would have dropped frames. I was, for the, you know, 15 minutes I was testing it. I wasn't even live, it was just a bandwidth test. I was dropping frames like every 45 seconds to a minute. Which is a shame because I love Twitch. I just wish I could find a server on there that wasn't complete ass monkey. But then again, maybe I should be picking servers that weren't, you know, inundated by snowfall yesterday. I just thought about that. Maybe that's why it's not working. Ursel the Mauler. I also like the fact that when they're revamping this particular area, they actually made use of this kind of spot right here. Because this didn't exist for anything. This was just like random mountainous bullshit that served no purpose. I like the fact that it has a purpose now. I like purposes. I also like porpoises. You want to do something, do it for safety purposes. There you go. That's your pun for today. But how many? Yeah, that is fair. I mean, you know, there's probably like, you know, 200 people that are using YouTube's streaming services right now, while as Twitch has probably like freaking 500 million or some stupid shit like that. Several, you know, tens of millions at the bare minimum, so yeah, I can kind of understand. It just still makes me sad that I just, like me with my shitty internet, can't really utilize Twitch as well as I would like, because my shitty internet is like super reliant upon it not hogging bandwidth, and I'm just like, fuck. It just makes me sad is all. It just fills me with sadness. Though, to be fair, Twitch is also now owned by Amazon, which makes, you know, approximately about as much money as God, so... And I know it's probably not a problem you can just throw people at, because when there's such a thing as having too many people in one area, because at that point, there's just no amount of money can solve that kind of an infrastructure problem where you just physically need more space and physically need more stuff to hold more things, you know. Just having a bunch of money thrown at it isn't necessarily going to solve the problem, and definitely not immediately. But it still makes me kind of sad. Timberling seeds, yes, mossy tumors. It's been a long fucking time since I've actually done, like, a post-cataclysm questing journey. Like, private server or live server, I haven't really... I mean, I've actually have technically characters on a cataclysm private server, but they're all, like, level 1, because I'm just kind of like, I could just do this on retail WoW, and then I just log off. What is my favorite game? Dragon Force. Not the band. If you're not sure what that is, you can look at my YouTube channel. I have plenty of content on it. And at some point, I would like to make more content for it. I just need to basically get off my ass and make it. Do you want to ask what favorite pair of socks I wear as well? Plain back Hanes socks, men's socks, because women's socks are, in fact, most women's clothing are just outright terrible. I just realized they added a bloom effect. Cool. I can now pick a class specialization. Ooh, rah. Ooh, fucking rah. Give me them tumors. Shining Force. I love Shining Force too. Shining Force was like my OG game. That was the first game that I actually attempted to beat multiple times. I never actually did, because I would get to like chapter 7 or so and then just kind of lose interest. Or just honestly forget it, because my brother would start playing it and then it would get lost. And not that I'm bitter. I mean, it was his game, so I can't be bitter. But Dragon Force is just a very unique game. There's never been a game quite like it. And I do think it's very underrated, and I will champion its cause, god damn it. Alright. Where have I got? Where'd that go? Nope. Nope, what I have is actually better. Yay! Grays aren't better than what I'm currently wearing. It's a beautiful goddamn day in the world. Don't you dodge my shit. Give me them masochistic, yo. Chapter 3 is pretty difficult too. Like the whole giant laser eye thing. That's a pretty damn difficult section. Another nice like stopping point of, oh fuck me, this game can kiss my ass levels of frustration was the last battle in chapter 2 where you get jumped by a whole bunch of zombies. Because if something happened where, like, if you basically had a bad spot of RNG, then you were basically dead. Because if the big, what's his face, dude? Like, the super powerful ghoul attacked before you really had a chance to do anything, then he could basically just, like, combo the shit out of you. Or if you were completely underleveled, which I had a tendency to be, until I basically said, F this. Excuse me? Why are you talking to me, thing? Wait. Isn't this what that motherfucker was saying? Wasn't somebody saying this when I was in the where the fuck ever? I was wondering who the Shade of the Caldori was. Alright, that's weird. This is not the most perfect scripting ever, but I mean, all things told, it just seems to be largely just small bugs. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm killing... Oh, right, blood feather belts. I remember now. Yeah, I ended up being over level after that happened twice in a row, because I hadn't beaten the game yet. After I'd been super under leveled at that point and basically just got wrecked, I was just like, alright, here's what's gonna happen, and I got all of my characters to fucking level 10 before I even beat the first battle. Like, the first battle in Chapter 1, where you're at that one tower, the Guardian of what the fuck ever it's called, I can't even think of the name anymore, god, it's been so long since I played the game. Like 7 months. Yeah, I'm a horrible person. I would actually consistently restart the game over and over again. Not restart the game, but I would egress out before killing the last mob over and over again. And I mean, I would spend like hours just farming all of my characters so that way they were level 10 at the first battle. Of course, at the time, when I played the game, it wasn't until, you know, even a couple of years ago that I realized that apparently your stats can scale up even faster, or your, well, not that you can level past 10, but that leveling past 10 actually had huge benefits because you carry over better stats when you promote your team members. So I would always get them to level 10, promote them to level 1, what the fuck ever's immediately, and then, yeah. So I made boo-boos. I was a very strange child. I had patience for the strangest things and would not have patience for others. Like, I could spend hours doing that, but I didn't have the patience to play Mario Brothers for more than like a half hour. Because I would just be like, alright, I'm bored. I'm jumping. Alright, I'm done jumping. Let me do something else. Yeah, the Ancient Ruin something, what the hell ever it's called. Get out of the way, please! Oh, you do not want any part of this, Miss Harpy. You have no idea what I have just done to all of your brethren. Oh, she didn't drop a belt. Alright, please. Come into my abode. We have much to discuss. There we go. I have no further use for any of you. Go die in a fire. Playing Shining Force before I could read. Well, unfortunately, Shining Force came out in, what is it, 91, so by that time I was like 8. But I mean, I've been playing video games since before I could read. I have maintained that playing Legend of Zelda has taught me how to read and taught me how to do basic economics. And that playing Super Mario Brothers taught me how to count to 100. And if people think that's stupid, fuck them. It's amazing. Super Mario Brothers taught me how to count to 100. I needed 100 coins to get a 1-up. I needed 1-ups because I was bad. So I jacked that shit so I could get whatever advantage I needed because I was like 2. So people didn't like it, they could suck it. Oh, is that where you got your name from? Light Dragon 20? Is that like a callback or an analog to Dark Dragon? Where is this thingy? Chickadee! Wherever you are. I need to kill you because you are corrupt. And no one likes corrupt things. Or things, I do not know. I do not know what accent this is. But seriously, where the hell is this? Where's the giant evil spider of spideriness? No Roblox. I'm afraid I'm misunderstanding. Oh, Roblox. Okay, okay. Point has been made. I remember what I said like 45 seconds ago. You got it from Roblox. Okay. My bad. Yes, they are. The Dark Soul theme is the fucking most ballerest of baller things ever. Did you know that on YouTube there's this like metal medley that some random dude did? That's like the most badass thing ever because it actually has like the Dark Soul and the Dark Dragon battle themes in metal form, and it's like the best thing ever. Where the motherfuck? Lady Sathra's silvery spinets. Where the fuck you at? Yo, Sathra, where the poopy doodles you at? Are we sure she's over this way? There she is. Never mind, found her. Excuse me? Thank you. About to get a little bit pissed. So do I still rescue Spot or whatever the hell his name is over there? Or is that quest long gone? Night Elf Priest, okay. I have no idea what level. 10. Okay, that's pretty cool. Please let me up. Please let me up. Thank you. The Shimmering Frond. Thank you much. Now, is what's-his-face still back here? Mr. Kitty McNeed Help Pants? Out of curiosity. I don't really know, and I wouldn't hazard to guess. No disrespect. Where we can find... Well, that's why I put up the X-Patter thing. One, because, you know, I mean, there's nothing going on in the chat, but I figure if I'm going to be using something to hide the chat, it may as well be the X-Patter overlay. Which I have done in the past. I did that when I was playing Ion a lot. I would use that to hide the chat, so that way I wouldn't have to constantly change the damn thing over every single time. Hello, Bloodfeather Matriarch. You back the fuck off on my little kitty here. What do you have against interracial couples, Bloodfeather? F yourself. Wait, is Mist a female panther? I don't know, man. Come on, kitty, kitty. Let's get you back to your home home pants? What? Let's get you back to your home, shall we? Okay, missed. Seriously. Get the fuck out of my way. Thank you. Little itty bitty kitty. Let's see how much of this shit I can dodge. Oh, is it one of those things where you can't run above 100% speed? Alright. Fine, I'll be in human form.
Greetings. Asha Selah. How may I help?
There we go.
Friend.
Like, what the hell, cat? What are you doing?
Goddess watch over you.
Give me that gear, yo. F you, Silk Spinner. Oh, I never actually, like, picked a spec. That's probably bad. Oh, that's right. This is when they added the Guardian spec. I remember that. Really? Was it? It was Mr. Pandaria? I thought that was Warlords. No, I guess that was Mr. Pandaria. Instead of being Warlords of Draenor. Okay. Alright. I'm misremembering things. Why are you gonna put fucking Tiger's Fury on my non-kitty form? Asshats. Da 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 ba ba da ba bum. This game is pretty. Maybe I'm an idiot for thinking it's pretty, but it is nevertheless pretty.
What brings you?
You know, this is nice. Nice being able to chill and talk to people while doing this.
Good luck.
Oh, go, like, F yourself. Seriously, Corinthus. What the fuck is this guy's name again? Corinthus, I think? Corinthus? Something like that? Have I seen Warcraft? The movie Warcraft? Yes, it was Like, the orc stuff was actually pretty interesting. Kinda. I mean, generic, but interesting. What the fuck are you all doing?
Farewell.
Yay! Woohoo! I'm level 11, bitches.
I am honored,
Oaken Scowl.
friend.
But anyway, yes, the orc stuff was kind of interesting. The human stuff, I mean, it was... I will give them credit that they did not bow down to Hollywood pressure, and they did make the human storyline pretty damn faithful to the actual storyline in Warcraft 1, which made me realize that the story in Warcraft 1 was not really good, like, at all. It just... maybe it's just because it's like video game concepts that are kind of, that just don't translate well to film. It wasn't very good. It really wasn't at all. And it's such a shame because I really wanted to like it. It was visually stunning, but it just was not good. Not necessarily bad, not necessarily like awful. I mean, we're not talking like Street Fighter or, you know, Mortal Kombat levels of bad, you know, but it's not. No. Could have been a lot better. Why do the little trees have question marks? Why? Why do you not let me pick you up? The trees had question marks because that meant it was a quest that I could complete really quick. I.e., I could loot one of them and it would give me a little bit of an experience boost and a couple of items. Technically speaking, it didn't need to be labeled as a quest in order to do that, but I guess they just did it for shiggles. I'm not 100% certain. It was like that in retail as well. Actually, all the variants of retail did that. But the little exclamation points mean that you have a quest that you can do. The little question marks mean that you have a quest that you can turn in there. Grayed out ones mean that they're not completed, and yellow ones mean that they are completed. If you see ones that have blue exclamation points or question marks, that means that they are repeatable or daily quests, things that you can do more than once. And the inclusion of orange ones, which don't really look a lot different, they're just darker ones than the ones you see there. They're like legendary quests or some shit. I don't know. They added that in Warlords of Draenor. I have located Oakenscale, and he's not even elite anymore. I'm kind of sad.
Goddess, watch over you. Careful.
Greetings, indeed. So let's fill the tourmaline vial, and then we can hearth back to Dolinar. I don't have a favorite band. Like, I don't know, Tchaikovsky? Like, I don't know. Let's see. Don't F with me, Stalker. Thank you. I get the feeling that there should actually be another quest down here I should be taking, but I don't remember if there is or not. I want to say that there is, because there's some really, like, badass thing that happens down here where it's like an all-out army type thing going on. I mean, it's really cool. But I only did it once, and then I kind of didn't do it since. You know, Cataclysm is such, like, a bittersweet memory, such a bittersweet pill to swallow, because on the one hand, the questing that they added was in every way, shape, or form better. In every foreseeable way, it was better. But at the same time, it's just, I had so many memories with the older shitty version that it just kind of, it made me sad to see all of it go. Who the fuck are you? Many of his closest followers have disappeared without a word. But in its place, Shando Stormrage awoke from a dream. Oh, they're talking about the Stormrage, whatever it was, where it's like the Emerald Dream, and everyone's just like, what the fuck is going on? And yes.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Hey, Tarandrella, how you doing? Here we are. The Bow of Corruption slain. Sweet. I get the feeling that maybe there should be more mobs here than there actually are. Why am I flagged for PvP? What is this shenaniganry? This seems kind of... I don't want to use the term broken, but... it seems a little bit... barren for what it should be. What? Mr. Bow of Corruption. What is your biggest problem? I don't even know the context of the question. What do you mean, what is the biggest... Oh, that's why, because What's-Her-Face is doing it as well. Okay. Yay! And bow. And slash leave. Or, you know, not. That's fine too. God, I miss having dash already. All things told, this could be scripted a hell of a lot worse. Academic problem? Man, I haven't been to school. I haven't been to school in 15 years, so I couldn't even tell you what my biggest academic problem at this point would be. My biggest academic problem would be going to any kind of academy and being able to afford it. We have some real life talk right here. College ain't cheap. Alright. I got decent pants. I guess I'll just take that. I mean, it's strength, I guess. It's pretty cool. Where'd it go? Where'd my cloak go? There's my cloak. Oh.
Is there trouble?
The waters of Teldrassil. Corythris. Okay, so it's Corythris. Sure. Sounds a little bit too close to urethra for my tastes, but fair enough. Oh, lordy. When will I get Mark of the Wild? They didn't take that out then, did they? I guess still have Mark of the Wild now. No, that was Legion. They finally got rid of that. Favorite side quest? I don't know. I haven't really done any, like, 1 to whatever leveling in a long effing time. Most of the characters I have basically stagnated. Actually, largely since Mists of Pandaria. You know, the last time I really... To be honest, honestly, since Cataclysm, because, I mean... Like, I may have leveled through 1? I don't know, like, 80 to 85 for Cataclysm was freaking awesome, but the 1 to 60 stuff, I mean, it's better in pretty much every regard. Like, it's more structured, it's easier to do, it's, you know, generally more fun, but I'm still not as attached to it as the old stuff was. It doesn't feel the same. It's just kind of like, meh. So, take the Thicket Hammer, because I can actually equip that without having to find the bullshit thing.
Go in peace.
Okay, so let's do this. No, this is a private server. It's a server that released a few days ago called Tauri WOW. It is a one's rate 5.4. It's a Mists of Pandaria server. It just released an international server, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Why not? I spent a couple of days downloading it while I was at work. I'm like, it seems pretty cool. For shiggles, I guess. And the thing is, even as I'm doing this, there's a part of me that's like, you know, you could just be doing this on retail. There's literally nothing different except, like, the endgame portion of it. Because all of this is the exact same, so why bother doing it? I mean, unless you like the Mists of Pandaria talent scheme or the levels and everything, like, you know. But I mean, it's so far. I mean, the server is well made. You know, I'm enjoying it so far. And frankly, I kind of enjoy the Mists of Pandaria skill set more than I would Legion, because Legion has like fucking 8 buttons to it. Not that I'm trying to bitch or what have you. So I'm really not. I mean, it's a different style. It's just it's nice to go back, you know, take a little time capsule back to the way things were. And the funny thing is, I remember people talking about, like, oh my god, you gotta prune these abilities, there are too many abilities, and then they started pruning things, and people were like, what the fuck, don't prune that ability, I like that ability. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Mists of Pandaria as I mentioned, you know, I mean, it's very competent. It was a competently made expansion. Like, it had a cohesive story. It had, you know, I mean, it had good quest lines, you know, I mean, good cinematics. Like, you kind of cared about the characters, even though you hated Terranzu with every fiber in your fucking being most of the time for being a pretentious dick, basically. But it's good to know pandas had pretentious dicks, too. But, I mean, it was competently made. It had good content patches. It may have had that 1-year drought, but that was because they were making Warlords of Draenor, and I fully blame that content drought on Warlords of Draenor because Warlords of Draenor was so bad it was causing content droughts in other expansions. Warlords of Draenor fucking sucked. But that's the thing, that's why I didn't like Mists of Pandaria, because it was I don't want to say too Asian, but it was too Asian. I didn't like the Asian aesthetic. It really, the Asian aesthetic just irritated me. It just, it didn't do anything for me. It bothered me. You know, maybe that makes me racist. I don't know, but it just didn't really do much for me. In small bursts, yes, but the entire fucking Pandarian continent just being like, being like an analog for fucking Vietnam or something, where, you know, you're basically coming in and destroying an indigenous species because you're basically an inconsiderate asshole who just wants to make war upon other people and get resources. Like, oh boy, oh great. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. That's fantastic. This is really I want goddamn political commentary in my fucking video games, fantasy games. Thanks, I appreciate that. Just, it didn't do anything for me. Yeah, I'm the exact opposite. I'm not a fan of, I don't necessarily mind the Asian feel. Like, there's a lot of Asian influence in a lot of the structures in the game. Like, Night Elves are, you know, have a very, very heavy Asian influence in their structures and their building, and even in, like, their caste system. But it doesn't feel like Asia. It feels fantasy setting. That's the thing that got me about Mists, was that it didn't feel like Warcraft. It kind of felt like I got teleported to something else, and it feels like such a small petty thing because, like I said, the game was very competently made. I mean, it was an intelligently made game. It just didn't, like, I didn't feel it. And I feel like an asshole because it was well made and I enjoyed it when I played it. I didn't feel it. Use the teleportation tree. By the way, something I wish I could have, a goddamn teleportation tree. Can we buy one of those? Is that something you can, like, put on loan or some shit? Because that's pretty baller. I want a teleportation tree. I've been streaming this fucking game for 2 hours. Jesus Christ. Kitty butt. God, I miss having shadows. One thing about, you know, pre-cata that I do like, or that I do like about post-cata, excuse me, I said pre-cata, is that just the world looks just so goddamn beautiful. I've got Asian friends too. I work with you know, I mean, where I live, there's actually like a really, really big, you know, Asian community. Like, I think one of the biggest, you know, ethnic communities in this general area is, I think, Vietnamese is like the second biggest behind Mexican, I think. But Vietnamese is like a huge, huge subset of the culture here, and it's actually surprising. It sounds horrible, but oh, I don't have an auctioneer. Man, I can't fucking put things up for auction without auctioneer, man. I can't. I'm spoiled now. I can't do it anymore. You want me to go search that shit by hand and then do the math? Fuck y'all. But, you know, it's funny that, you know, living around two major cities, you know, versus Baltimore, which is just, well, black people and white people, and then, you know, 1% of everything else, primarily. I'm being kind of facetious a little bit and a bit hyperbolic, but that's kind of how it feels. Yes, Darkshore. I kind of want to go to Blood Mist Isle. I'm gonna be real. But, you know, it was not exactly, I wouldn't say there was too much. Why have I not, like, unflagged yet? Well, anyway, it's much more diverse here. And I like that. I like seeing the diversity. It's a nice change of pace, and it's a nice dose of perspective. So people can basically, like, try to take a crowbar or a snorkel or something and try to pry their head out of their own asses for about 5 minutes and understand that their problems are not the biggest problems in the world, son. Get the fuck over it. Okay, thanks. Oh, do I have to just fly to Darkshore? I don't think there's actually a boat to Darkshore anymore, is there? Sucks for Horde, because that basically means that they have to have a water striding mount and or just die and take fatigue damage. That blows. When will I end this? I have absolutely no idea. I mean, quite frankly, I was just testing this to sort of see if it was going to have as shitty quality as I was having with, not Target, with Twitch. And the fact that it seems to be going so well, and the fact that I'm actually enjoying myself, I mean, I've been going for about 2 hours now, and truth be told, my ass is starting to hurt a little bit, because I'm not used to sitting in a chair for this long anymore. I long for the days where I could just sit on my ass and play video games all day and not feel guilty or sore for doing so. Cherish those moments, for you will never have them again once they're gone. Boop. Boop. One thing words. One thing that sucks about having... Wait, what would happen if I were to do this? Oh, God. That is not what I want to do. Okay. So you can go over here. You're gonna go there. I also get the feeling that perhaps I shouldn't have gotten both of those quests. I think it's supposed to be like a one or another type deal. Look how lush this fucking area is, man. Do you remember old school Darkshore? That shit looked dead. I will never forget finishing all of my quests on Teldrassil and moving on to, like, Darkshore. It was such a weird idea that, you know, I mean, like, the purple, beautiful hue kind of faded out into, like, this dull gray, and then the music started turning a lot more dire and just scary, and I was just like, oh my god. What is going on with my life? What is happening? I don't understand reality anymore. It's fucking great, man. Nostalgia's a killer, man. Let's see. Now, the thing is, with this particular server, there's actually multiple servers. They have their Warriors of Darkness and their Tauri WOW server, which I think right now is, like, their main server. And they're Hungarian, and it's, like, a big-ass, just, like, massive... Like, there's, like... Well, maybe not massive, but it's primarily Hungarian, and, I mean, they have, like... A lot of people have rolled on that server while they're waiting for this one to... I don't know. I guess while they're waiting for transfers to head on over, I guess they're waiting for... Fuck if I know, man. I just know that there are a lot of people... But I'm curious now. I'm gonna roll a human so I can run a Stormwind and see what things look like. Should I be a Warlock? I think I'm gonna be a Warlock. Carly, sure, that sounds good. That looks good. She's cross-eyed. I'm pretty okay with it. Fuck. Let's try another name. Jolanda. Fuck. Emily. Kinda figured that one would be unavailable. Jeroen? There, fuckers. I know. I love old school Darkshire. And that's one of the things that it's like, even though the Cataclysm leveling zones are like objectively better in every way, they're, you know, they're better struggle, they're better scripted, they're, you know, they're more fun to play. It's not as much bullshit.
Emboldened by the return of their heroic king, Varian Rift.
Shut up. I'm sorry, Tony J. I love you dearly, but please shut up. But what the hell am I saying here? My brain stopped working. Do I still have the keybinds? Correct. I have the correct keybinds. Yay. Okay. Server info. They have fucking 1,900 people on this goddamn server. Who 85? A lot. Okay. Who 80 through 84? A lot. So I guess this is like their main server because they have fucking 1,900 people on this goddamn server. My brain, it doesn't do the things. Interface. Action bars. Bear in mind, I'm controlling all of this with a controller. Like the mouse and everything. Pretty goddamn baller, isn't it? Memories of the misled? The mislead? I mean, I'm not Hungarian, but if y'all want to talk, cool. Can you make me into a character? No. And I don't mean that with any disrespect. It's just you don't want me doing that, man. You can make yourself into a character. You know, make a character and then type your name in backwards. Nobody will fucking get it but you. It'll be great. I love the Elwyn music, though. Listen to this. Man, I can understand people hating on WoW for a million different reasons, but they can't hate on the music. It's so good. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. I just want to run to Stormwind so I can see how many people are there. Please don't kill me. 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 Oh fuck, I'm dead. I think I'm dead. It's time to run away. Can I abuse pathfinding? Yoop! I totally can. Fuck yes. Thank you. Thank you, game, for having pathfinding. I appreciate that. I don't have WoW or a computer. There's ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, shit, before long, I'm sure they're gonna have a goddamn mobile version of WoW at some point. I don't mean that to sound bitter. I'm just being honest here. Hey, they repaired the place. They repaired the things. Yay! Crater District is still there. Alright. I forgot about that. In Mists of Pandaria, they eventually repaired the repair store. No, I thought they repaired that in fucking Warlords. I thought in Mists it was still, like, burnt and shit. How much does WoW cost? $15 a month, or however much you can spend in its gold quantity to get a WoW token. The game itself, to actually purchase the game, because you have to purchase the game as well. It's not free to play in that classic sense. I think that game is like, just for the basic game, I want to say it's like 20 bucks. For the current expansion, it's like 60? Neato. There are people on this server. Cool. Maybe the Tauri WOW server, that's like, even though it's been transferred over to the 5. Or the Mists of Pandaria stuff, they haven't unlocked Pandaria content yet. I guess. You sound so surprised that there's a game that's actually willing to charge a sub fee and actually something to cost up front. I know that's an amazing concept, like a what the fuck is your problem? How could you ever consider doing that? in this day and age, that pretty much is. You know, the only people that could ever get away with how. I didn't press a goddamn record button. Why are you recording, you scumsucker? I know that's an amazing concept, but believe it or not, before the era of WoW coming out, that was how you played MMOs. Like you didn't. There was no such thing as free to play. You paid outright and you paid monthly because the server costs and shit were expensive. Servers were fucking ridiculously expensive back in the day. You know, of 10 years ago. Of like 1999, 2000, that type of server infrastructure was very difficult. Like games were laggy, you know, you really couldn't, I mean, they had to design the game so that way you wouldn't have too many people in one zone, because if you did, the zone would crash. It's good times, man. It's good fucking times. Last wave of survivors. Oh, I remember this. This made me sad. Having to find all the people that were in the Alberdine area that basically just got wrecked by Deathwing, that fucking bastard, and then he just blew up in a shower of sparkles. I'm not bothered by it. I can see both sides. I can see there being a point for free-to-play and then for not free-to-play, because if I'm going to be truthful, if the games that I had installed on my hard drive right now were not free-to-play, I would not have installed them. Now, to be fair, do I play most of them? No. But the idea that I can hop in, play them at my leisure means that I keep them installed and I have a passing interest in checking in and see what they do. And then maybe, if I like what they have, maybe I will drop a couple of dollars, except for NC West, because fuck them. But, like Elder Scrolls Online, or... I know this is going to be funny, but Rift, I've dropped money on subscriptions for them before. I've dropped money on, just like packages, just be like, hey, you know what? I like your product. Here, let me support you with money. If something were a monthly fee, I'd be like, no, I'm not, no, because I can't. It's the same reason a lot of it's free to play, because a lot of it, the barrier to entry, a lot of people are like, I don't want to pay X amount of money, or I don't want to pay X amount of money a month for the privilege of being able to play a character. Like, it's a barrier to entry most people aren't willing to cross, especially now that money is so tight. However, the benefit of having that X amount a month is that there is no pay to win. There is no content locking. You have a higher quality product because everybody who's playing it is shelling out money, so you have more revenue coming in, which means that you can make a better product. However, if you only have, if it's a mandatory $15 a month fee, that means that, you may only have 100 people willing to play, where if it's free to play, you may still only have 100 people paying, but now 1,000 people are playing on your servers, which means that they may generate positive word of mouth, and that's 1,000 that's another 900 potential customers that may spend money in the future, and that's very, very hard to pass up in an economy where people are just sort of like, hey, it's going to be difficult to, like, pay my rent, so, like, sorry, WoW, you're going to have to, you're going to have to make do without me for a couple of months, because that's what, I mean, like, it sounds silly, but people may literally have to do that. Yes, $15 a month, like, if you can't afford $15 a month, get out of your mom's basement, but, like, for real, like, that sometimes you got to make those kinds of choices. Free to play, pay to advance. Free to play. Well, and even then, I mean, like, it wouldn't necessarily be bad to have people, or to have like a trial mode where, after a certain point you have to shell out, or even like, I think the best halfway point, rather than full free-to-play or full just like, hey, shell out all of this money for the privilege of playing the game, is like what Elder Scrolls did. It's buy-to-play. I think I think Guild Wars 2 did the same thing, where it's buy-to-play. Now, you can probably play a free trial up to a certain point, but past that point, you have to pay like $20 for the full game. But after you do that, guess what? The servers are free, and it's housed entirely on vanity cash up items, or, maybe there is an optional subscription method so that way you can get better vanity stuff. But I think that's a good halfway point, because that still ensures a steady influx of money, And it also shows that people who are willing to really play the game, you know, it's a one-time fee, which means that it's maybe $20, but it's not, it's a lot less painful to pay $20 once than it is to pay $15 a month every fucking month. Like, you know, especially in this day and age, that's like, that is an insane thing to ask for, because it's just, I mean, like, let's be real here. The only two games that are really super surviving as a subscription-only model are World of Warcraft, which is owned by Blizzard Activision, which is like a freaking like billion-dollar, you know, company, like multi-billion-dollar company. And then there's Final Fantasy 11 slash Final Fantasy, well, Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 11 is just kind of there. They're just, you know, they've had the model like that for so long that there's no point changing it now. But, like, and the only reason, I mean, those are two major, like, very, very successful gaming companies. They've got, I wouldn't say they have money to burn, because they really don't. Look what happened when they tried to do fucking Final Fantasy Spirits Within. They had to merge with their direct competition to avoid going bankrupt. Like, you know, there's no such thing as, you know, a company having money to burn. They don't. That is a falsehood, straight up. And if anyone tells you that, they are not successful at what they do. But these are two major companies, and they're the only companies that have enough clout and enough, basically enough pull to actually get away with having a game that you have to not only buy, but you have to pay monthly. It's not even like a possible, you have to pay monthly. Well, WoW just even added their WoW token, so even their type of, you know, even they're changing things a little bit, you know, even they're trying to bend a little bit to the free-to-play, where you can purchase a WoW token and play that way, so people who don't necessarily have $15 a month have a way to play without having to pay. Like, it was a genius move. It was actually a brilliant move, by the way, because, I mean, other, like, Eve, Rift, I think maybe ESO has it, like, several other big MMOs have that option as well. But what other big companies have the clout to do that kind of, to have the ability to say, no, you have to pay every month, and that's it? Most of the, you know, any other company would be like, yeah, fuck you. I'll just play WoW, or I'll just play the other 50 free-to-play MMOs that are kind of shitty, but at least I don't have to pay to play them. You know, so nobody else could survive having that. And every company that's tried to do that, every MMO that has tried to say, no, we want to have a subscription-based MMO, they go to free-to-play in like a year. Tops. Tops, they go free-to-play. Because they can't, you know, MMOs can't really survive in that genre. There's too many of them. There's too many choices for them to be able to do that kind of stuff. I'm attacking the wrong mob. God damn it. So, you know, I understand. I mean, a lot of companies are doing it not necessarily because, you know, they want to basically hurt money, but because they need the exposure, and they can't afford to say, no, you're not willing to pay, no, I'm not going to let you in. You know what I mean? At this point, there's so, I don't say there's so few people, because, I mean, like, I work in retail, right? And retail is a rough fucking business, man. Like, it doesn't matter what the economy is, who's president, what's going on. Like, retail is always going to be rough. It's always going to be fiercely competitive. Like, if you take a look at, say, like, grocery companies. If you took a look at the top 10 grocery companies from 1970, and you take a look at the top 10 grocery companies for today, you're only going to see, like, one or two names on there. Maybe. And why you're only seeing one or two names on there? Because all of the others went out of fucking business. Because sometime in the last 40 years, the economy changed, something changed, you know, and they did not adapt. And they were just like, no, this is the way we're doing it. We're setting our ways. This is the way we have to do it. And, you know, the customers will come. Well, guess what? The customers don't come. If you don't adapt, then you don't survive. It's just, you know. Sorry, I went on like a goddamn economy rant. I wasn't trying to, but there it is. I'm bad. I already talked to Volcor. Where's Corellian Whiteclaw? Yo, 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 Corellian. There you are. TLDR, adapt or die. Exactly. You know, right now, Square Enix and Blizzard are probably the only two companies. And I guess Sony, I mean, SWTOR has a quote-unquote free-to-play version, but it's so bad that it's not even, I can't even really consider it free-to-play because it's fucking awful. I mean, it's basically, they need to rename it from a freemium model to basically just a trial mode. Because that's pretty much what it is. It's so restricted that you really can't enjoy the game. So Expanding to those three, that's Blizzard, that's World of Warcraft, SWTOR, and Final Fantasy XIV, both backed by Blizzard Entertainment, Square Enix, and fucking Sony. Like, they're the only ones with the clout that can get away with it. Everybody else is just, you gotta fight for what you get, because it's just, you're basically fighting for the scraps at that point, and everybody's competing with each other. Rants. Alright, take care, Light Dragon. It was nice meeting you. Vial sprays. Vial sprays, please. Male Worgen have such like a pimp swagger. When they run, they do this weird sort of like wagging their shoulders, around their hands. I mean, kind of like a vaguely knuckle draggy kind of thing, but it's still somehow more cool than a Neanderthal would be. I swear to God, it never rained this much in retail. Wow, what the fuck? Is that old wives' tale true that for private servers the rain command shows up so much more often than the non-rain command or some shit? Is that a thing? I mean, somebody's got to be pulling my leg, right? That's not actually a thing. That can't possibly be right. Excuse me? 3 dimensions, why? I mean, I heard it like a couple of times in a forum somewhere, so it's not like I actually buy it, but it almost sounds like the type of weird-ass, like, anti-piracy thing. And it sounds weird enough that Blizzard might actually pull something like that, somewhere hidden in the code where if it doesn't check out with the correct server that it's supposed to be, it's just sort of like, nope, rain all day, every day. To be honest, I don't really either. I mean, straight up, I'm playing this on a whim. I'm totally just sort of like, I saw it and I was like, I'm like, I can download it while I'm at work and, like, out of curiosity. Because of all things, fucking Mists of Pandaria, it's, like, the most... To me, it was, like, like I said, it was very well structured, but it just kind of felt generic. And it didn't feel like, wow. And, but I mean, it was well constructed. It was just kind of like, there. Warlords of Draenor. The funny thing is, there's still Warlords of Draenor private servers, and I'm just like, why? It's not even worth it. I remember saying that when Warlords of Draenor came out. I'm like, why emulate Mists of Pandaria? It wasn't that good. I can admit I'm wrong. It was actually a very competent expansion. Like I said, I didn't really dig it that much. Warlords of Draenor was a bad fucking expansion. That was bad. That was a $60 fucking cop-out. I was so mad. So mad. And Legion is good, it's just grindy. Legion isn't bad, it's just, it's grindy, basically. I mean, to be honest, I can't say that I regret purchasing Legion and playing the shit out of it for 2 months, because, like, I purchased it and played the shit out of it for 2 months. I really, and maybe it's because I played the right class, because I played Druid. And, with the whole Val Shira and everything, the Druid campaign quest, like, ties very, very closely in with the story in Val Shira. So the whole thing felt very organic. It was a lot of fun. I ended up going into the Emerald Dream and going through the battle, the War of the Ancients and all that kind of stuff. It was really, really fucking awesome. And then I played my Shaman. And then I kind of did their campaign quest, and I was just kind of like, oh, this is unfortunate. And then I started playing through the Priest one, and then I was just like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I just got really lucky playing when I played the correct class. WoD was absolutely awful. It was, and that's gotta be, it's gotta go down in history or somewhere. Like, in terms of, like, gaming history or MMO history, it's gotta be, like, a mark for, like, one of the worst expansions that has ever been released from any, like, for any MMO, for any video game. It is so bad. I mean, I remember watching a video where it was like the amount of cut content from WoD. I was just like, the amount of cut content, I'm like, they didn't just cut things from the expansion, they cut the expansion. They cut so much from the expansion that the only thing they had left was like a pale shadow of the garrison system. They actually even, they didn't even, like, it was only a fraction of the garrison stuff they wanted to implement, and like 2 raids. Everything else, literally everything else that they had planned, they had new battlegrounds planned, they had new scenarios planned, they had customized garrisons planned, they had like customizable garrisons. Like you could say what part of the, you know, the world of Draenor you wanted to actually put your garrison in. You know, they had extra zones, they had extra raids, they had, you know, like they had more world PvP areas, they had like world PvP ranks or something like that. I don't remember that one. I might be that. No, that one's wrong. It wasn't world PvP ranks, but it was like, no, it was some sort of arena tournament thing where it's like at certain times of the day on certain times of the week is when they would rank people, so that way the best of the best would make sure to be queued there or something like that. But they had so much planned and they literally did nothing with it. Played Legion, hit the cap in 4 days, played it for another month and then stopped. It was fun for like a week. Yeah, I can see, like I said, I mean, it's goddamn Diablo 3, right? It's World of Diablo craft at this point, right? I mean, Diablo's fun for like a week. And then you realize that it's like you're just doing the same things over and over again. And if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. And if not, you just stop. Oh no. Oh no. Frames, why? You're dropping, why? Frames, why do you drop? Why do you do... Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good. But... I mean, the thing is, like, I enjoyed Legion. It's just, like... I got to the level cap, I did the campaign stuff, and then it got to the point where it's like, hey, you gotta do the legendary stuff, hey, you gotta do Emerald Nightmare on normal, hey, you gotta do this, hey, Illidan's apparently the savior of the fucking human race for some reason, because, you know, he's gonna be the army of light, like, wait, what? Wait, what? Like, I remember starting the, and I was so jazzed with the whole, like, Zera, and, like, the Light's Heart, that's a fucking awesome quest, right? Where you're doing that quest, and you're going through, and it's talking about, you know, this child of light and shadow, born from strife and hardship, and, you know, watched demise out of dawn. I'm looking at him like, okay, it's Anduin. Okay, Anduin. Okay, and with the child known as Illidan Stormrage, and I was like, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? You're not describing Illidan, you're describing Anduin. What? The dude has demon wings jutting out of his back. What the fuck do you mean, the child of light? What are you talking about?
Salutations. Off and away.
I'm nerding out on lore, I know, but it just, yeah, DHs were a cool idea. It's just like, there are so many good ideas in Legion, and there are things I enjoy, but I don't think I could enjoy them in a large chunk. Like, I played the shit out of it 2 months, and maybe it's just because I burned myself out, but I was just kind of like, I saw everything I wanted to see. You know, I can, you know, it's like very, 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 very blatantly hamster wheelie. Like, blatantly hamster wheelie. I mean, yes, it's an MMO, it's a grind, they're all a hamster wheel. Yeah, that's cute and all, but I mean, it's like, the progression is so, like, it doesn't make any sense. You know, before it was grindy and hamster wheelie because you're doing all the same things, but you were progressing somewhere. You would go from, you know, Stratham and everything, you know, you could jump from that to, like, Tier 1 or Zul'Gurub, and, you know, you went from Zul'Gurub to, like, you know, Tier 1, Tier 2, and, you know, Blackwing Layer, and, you know, you could do that to, like, just, like, you could went that to AQ, and then you went to AQ to next. Like, there was a sense of progression. In Burning Crusade, you went from normal dungeons to heroic dungeons to Tier 4 to Tier 5 to Tier 6. Yes, there were a couple of dungeons where you could try to catch up, but there was a sense of progression. You know, Wrath of the Lich King, you know, you went from, you know, what is that? Tier 7, 8, 9, and 10. You know, yes, there were dungeons you could catch up on, but you could go to those dungeons and catch up, and then you could go to the correct raid. You could go from normal dungeons to heroics to Trial of the Champion to the ICC heroics, which, by the way, were my favorite heroics. They are my favorite heroics. They are so goddamn awesome. Pit of Saran is still my favorite 5-man dungeon. Maybe I'm an idiot, but they are. You know, there was a sense of progression. Cataclysm, you can go from normal to heroics, and that one was kind of weird because it was like the same sort of like vaguely Skinner boxy thing where you just kind of chain heroics because they kind of sort of forgot a lot of the end game content because they were so busy revamping 1 to 60, you know. But there was at least some kind of sense of progression in some fashion. You could work towards something. There was a finite end to it. You know, Mist of Pandaria, like, I don't really know because I honestly didn't really play much of Mist of Pandaria. I didn't really play much of it because I thought the dungeons were piss easy, and it just didn't really interest me that much. I mean, I heard the raiding was absolutely phenomenal, but I'm not a raider, and I don't play LFR, so, like, it kind of didn't really have too much for me. And Warlords of Draenor, you know, but, like, I miss the idea that you can progress towards something. The progression in Legion is You go to a normal dungeon, then you do a heroic dungeon, then you do the mythic dungeon, then you do the mythic plus dungeon. And you could have 15 different variants of the Mythic Plus, and I'm just like, why? What? In fact, I think it's actually 20 now. I think it goes up to Mythic 20, and I'm just like, why? And not only on top of that, not only on top of having these different variants, you have the different things that can make the dungeons harder or easier or whatever. And on top of that, the gear that drops can Warforged to be something higher than it already is, which means that you're actually running these harder versions of dungeon to get a dice roll. So you not only have a dice roll on trying to get the item that you actually want to drop, now you have to do a dice roll on top of a dice roll to get the item you want to drop with the item level you want to drop it with. Because if the one that you get is not Warforged, well, guess what? You already have that version, so fuck off. It just it's hamster wheelie to the point where it just feels like a slot machine, and it becomes unenjoyable. And well, you know, scrub, not a raider, yada yada. Yeah, I know that. I know I'm not a raider. I don't care. Like, I like what I like, and I don't like what I don't like. Like, what do you want me to tell you? I'm not telling them to cater the game immediately to me. I understand that raids are not for me. I don't expect to see them. If they just nuked LFR tomorrow and said, fuck y'all, you're on your own, I would be fine with that, because I could just watch raid content on YouTube and just get the story from there or something. Like, raiding is not for me. I don't care about it. I know I would never get the best gear. I don't care about getting the best gear. I'm not the person who wants the best of everything. I enjoy what I enjoy, and I enjoy 5-mans and heroics, and mythics seem to be interesting, but the whole thing just seems endlessly hamster wheelie. I like having a point where I'm like, okay, I've maxed this character out as far as I can max her out with the stuff I'm willing to do. Time to move on to another character. Maybe that's just mythic, or maybe that's like Mythic +1, Mythic +2, yada, yada, yada. But the AP grinding and like this sense that like you have to grind AP, you have to do your dailies, you have to do your emissary caches, you have to do that. It feels hamster wheelie. So hamster wheelie. I don't know. I started ranting. I'm sorry. I actually need to play the game when I'm going in rant mode, so that way you're not staring at me just like, you know, with my cat form licking his own crotch or something. Her own crotch. Someone's own, I don't know. Well, I don't want to necessarily say someone's crotch, because that brings a connotation I don't want it to have. And the sad thing is, like, if Blizzard were to right now, at this day, announce another expansion, I would just be like, oh, okay. Like the funny thing is, I'm super interested in the lore, I'm super interested in what's going to happen to it, but I'm not interested, I'm super interested in what's happening lore-wise, even though some of it's complete bullshit and just, like, the most awfully written tripe I've ever seen in my life. But at the same time, I'm not really interested in playing it. Because that means I'm going to have to play through... If it means I have to play through more hamster wheelie bullshit, like what I've seen, where it's cool the first few times, and then it just gets really old, and it's like, eh. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that Diablo was super, super popular for the first 2 weeks that it's whatever expansion or season or whatever the fuck it does. You know, the first season it comes in, it's super popular for like the first week and a half, 2 weeks, and then after the first 2 weeks, it just drops like a shot, because everybody gets what they want, and then they're done. And they don't want to do it anymore, because at that point it just becomes grinding, just pointless, stupid-ass grinding. Yeah? Yeah. It's for the sake of completionists who don't know. And I feel bad for, like, the ones who are completionists, like the Asmongold types, who are completionists, who absolutely, like, they don't feel right if they don't have 100... Like, I feel so bad for them, because they're basically, like... I mean, you know, for people who complain about Mr. Pandaria not being all friendly, motherfuckers, please, you have not seen the depths of depravity. Like, honestly, you know what gets me? It's not so much the fact that it's hamster wheelie and that it's blatantly hamster wheelie. It's almost insidiously hamster wheelie. It's hamster wheelie to the point where it really does feel like it's rigged. You know, like the house always wins, so the people who really, really, really want this, they really want to get the best, so they're going to keep tugging on that they're going to keep tugging on that lever, they're going to keep pulling that hamster, you know, they're going to keep putting pennies into that machine because they want to win, they want to get their money back, they want to get their, you know, their money's worth. They're doing that sunk cost fallacy as hard as it works, and meanwhile, Blizzard's just kind of sitting back and raking in the cash, you know what I mean? The people are creating their own content because... you know, all you need to do is just dangle a bunch of carrots in their face and tell them that they have to do this 683 different times while standing on their head and singing fucking Kumbaya, and they'll do it. It feels almost insidious with how just... And I mean, like, I'm not the type that talks about, like, video game addiction or whatever, because, you know, for the most part, fucking get over it. Don't be stupid about it. If you want to get addicted to something, that's, you know, it's your fault for having an addictive personality. It's not the game's fault that you don't know how to censor yourself, for the most part. You know, just like I'm not going to blame, you know, not just like I wouldn't say that they should ban alcohol because alcoholics exist. Well, it's not the alcoholics' fault that they don't know how to stop consuming alcohol. You know, that's a personal problem. You know, there are plenty of people who can enjoy it without basically making a complete mockery of it. But there is something about the Legion's way of doing things that feels like... It just feels like it's not... It's more than just blatant... It's more than just hamster wheeliness. It's more than just your normal generic MMO hamster... Like, it really feels like they're doing everything they can to keep people playing every single day. And even if that way of playing isn't even enjoyable, they just want, you have to log on every day. So let's give you 15 different reasons to log on. Even if you hate all of it, we want it. Like, it just feels, like I said, it almost feels insidious with how it's kind of like not even necessarily alt friendly. It's just, it's main unfriendly. That's the thing. Like, even people who have mains, it's like, it's just, it feels almost insidious. And that's the only way I can put it, is that it just feels like there's an ill intent. Like, they know that they're getting people by the short hairs and they're doing everything they can. You know, like, they're not doing something based upon how fun something is. They're doing it based upon participation metrics. And they want to make sure you're participating as much as humanly possible. So they're incentivizing it as much as humanly possible with slot machine shit. So that way, every time you miss that slot machine pool, you're like, man, if I could have just gone there, if I could have just been there, man, would, like, it feeds addictive personalities. You know, there's one thing, like, at the moment, if you're having an addictive personality, then don't go to addictive things. But there's a point where it's almost like, it would be like going up to a potential, you know, a potential alcoholic and be like, hey, you want a free drink? It's on. Like, it's just, it feels insidious somehow. I don't know. I mean, to be truthful, I still have an active subscription running, but that's partially because I still play on private servers from time to time, and I feel bad about canceling Legion and then going and turning around and playing a more enjoyable version of the game that they have created. Like, it feels a little bit unfair. I don't necessarily say illegal, but, you know, or illegal, but it feels kind of unfair to actually do something like that because, I mean, I'm still enjoying a version of their game, so therefore they should be getting my money. Though you could say a version of their money. Well, here's $15 worth of Monopoly money. Have fun, Mitch. But, I lost my train of thought. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. I have unfortunately known way, way too many addicts, and it's very easy for somebody with that addictive personality where it's like, it almost like, most of the people that have addictive personalities, it's almost like a thing of anxiety where the what if. That's the thing that gets them, is the what if. Well, what if you done it this way? Well, I have to try it. Okay, well, it doesn't work this way. What if we try it this way? Well, you know, what if we do it this way? Well, what if I try it again? Well, what if I try it again? Well, what if I do it this way? What if I do it that way? You know, that's the gambler's act. Well, you know, if I don't have this, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know. Like, they basically, an addictive personality doesn't know how to cope without something, some whatever that addiction is. They don't know how to cope with that thing being in their life, because that thing, even though it's destroying them, in their mind, it's so twisted that they need this. This thing gives them stability, even though it's destroying them. So for alcoholics, it's alcohol. I mean, even though it's also a physical addiction. You know, for sex addicts, it's they have to have sex. If they don't have sex, they don't know how to, you know, they don't know how to cooperate, because it gives them a feeling of power, a feeling of control, a feeling of joy, euphoria, all that kind of stuff. You know, for people who, you know, gamble, it's the what if. Like, oh, if I done this, oh, I could hit it big. I just need to do it this way. Oh, it didn't work that way. Okay, maybe I need to do it this way instead. It's that feeling of what if, of that chance. They have to have it. You know what I mean? They absolutely need to get this thing, and they just need to do it a little bit a different way, and logic flies out the window. And I mean, I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, so it's entirely possible I'm talking out of my ass. But that's, at least from my understanding, that's the general idea, that they need whatever, they have convinced themselves that they need whatever X is in their life, and they need it as often as they can possibly get it, because without this, they don't know what to do with themselves. They have defined themselves by X. They define themselves with alcohol. They define themselves with their video game character. You know, they define themselves by their monetary value, so they will gamble everything they have to get more of it, because without the money, it doesn't matter anyway. If they don't gamble, they don't have enough money. So if they end up broke, who fucking cares? Because they're already broke in their eyes. They will never have enough money, so they have to gamble to get more. Stuff like that. It's pretty fucked. Don't do addiction things, kids. It's bad for you. Also, my throat hurts from talking so much, so I'm going to take a sip of Drinky Poo. Sneaky, sneaky, kitty, kitty. Excuse me? You know, one thing I realized that's different pre-kata and post-kata when the leveling, like, you know, pre-kata, like when all the expansions hit, you tried to level through, even though all the content was the same and everything, when you tried leveling a class, you fucking felt a difference from, like, the outset. If something was different or not, you fucking felt it, like, immediately. You felt like it was a different expansion because of the way either, you know, health and mana regen worked, or the cost of spells, or, you know, in some cases, classes like Paladin, they were fucking different every single expansion. So, you felt the difference, you know, whereas post-kata, it's like, I mean, it's good that they kind of settled on certain routines, and they kind of was basically just worked on tweaking, with the exception of Legion, because, but, you know, like, you know, the difference between me leveling a character like this on a Cataclysm server versus leveling it on a Mists of Pandaria server, right now, you know, if I'm not playing a monk or a panda, you know, it doesn't really feel very, you know, it wouldn't feel too terribly different. I mean, actually, no, it would feel different in WoD, Warlords of Draenor, because they changed all, like, the health values and shit like that. What was it that asshat said was that they figured out the exact values of health and mana that people would need and then doubled it? Who was that asshole? Was that actually, that wasn't the lead developer, was it? Was that the lead developer? Because if that is, that'll make me so sad. But, you know, it's kind of, what am I trying to say? It feels, I don't want to say remarkable, that's not the right word, but there's less of a difference between leveling this character on a MOP server than leveling on a Kata server, because the lower level stuff feels exactly the same. So it's not until you get to Pandaria that you're really going to feel too much of a difference, because by this point they hadn't really, I mean, they'd pared down abilities from Wrath Era to Cataclysm, but they didn't pare anything down from Cataclysm to Mists of Pandaria. In fact, they added some of that shit back in, so there's not really a whole much difference leveling-wise, which is like, yeah, who cares about leveling? I get it. I care about leveling because I like leveling, so fuck y'all. Y'all gotta deal with it. By the way, complete random. The fact that I have the X-Patter window open, is that making it distracting, or is that like an interesting feature? Like, you know, is that helping anything or making it worse? Sorry, I gotta stop talking for a second. My throat's starting to hurt. Oh, I already killed everything. Well, shit. Okay. Okay. There, dude. I apologize, you were just in the wrong place at the wrong time, my friend. should have grabbed myself a profession or two, but meh. It big kitty. Oh, hey, I'm level 12. Didn't I gain spells? Oh, I gained Revive. Here's a spell I'm going to be using a lot. Now, was that? Yes, that's Control Shift. Okay. Alt Control. Yeah, okay. I remember now. Hey, Zen Valhoof again. Sup? Sup? Oh, it's this motherfucking place. It's fucking Cliff Spring River. Oh, F this place. F this place. Like, F this place for reals, man. Yoop. Vile corruptor. There we go. That's how I open this sucker up. Odd that it's kind of in the corner like that, but sure, whatever. Little bitty kitty kitty. Little big kitty. There's also another quest down here as well. Kitty! Hi! How you doing, good sir? Come on, Cletus. Yoop. So where do I get foul ichor? Ichor? Is it ichor or ichor? You're gonna have to fucking figure out the name of that. That's odd. I was standing right up in your grill and you didn't see me. Anyone see that cage? Ah, that's a little weird. Fair enough. These aggro ranges seem a little bit on the wonky side. Sup, yo? Hey, fellow, how you doing, man? How you doing, man? Oh, you see me now, huh? Okay. eat your face. Okay, so the water goes bye-bye because I'm never going to use it. This is goddamn Mr. Pandaria. You don't need water for anything. Food and water is like an antiquated concept. It's like 3 silver, dude. Kidding me? Oh yeah, I'm gonna take that. 3 whole silver, peoples. How can I turn that down? Oh. I still need a core. Ichor? I don't know. The icky shit. The sticky icky. I still need more of that. Stealth form, fuck y'all. Isn't this the one where you can jump into the whirlpool and not die? Whereas the other one is Stranglethorn, if you jump into that, you just insta-gibbed. Which I think is hilarious that they added one as an instant death and the other one's like a surprise! We don't hate you as much as you think we do. I would like to jump, please. I mean, free quests, why not do it? Am I still set to Dolinar, or did I change it to Ordinal? Okay, good. I want mutated sea lion form. I require it for my purposes. Yep, this is the one that has the achievement and the quest attached to it. The other one is where it's like you try to do it because you learned to do it here, and you're like, hey, let me get... Oh, I just fell through the world and died. Alright. That's cool. Don't land on the rock. There we go. It's a cute little Easter egg, though. I will give Blizzard credit, at least for Legion, when it comes to that, was that the amount of Easter egg stuff that they had in there, just like random bullshit hidden things that you were just like... I mean, the fact that they added a goddamn, like, level 110, like, optional super boss into Nomergon, of all places. And apparently a really hard, like, super boss that was basically reminiscent of old school Nomer's boss, but buffed up to level 110, and because people can't remember the mechanics of Nomergon, they're like, oh my god, what do I do? Or it may have also been bugged, too, I don't know. But I will give him a lot of, like, all the credit in the world for, you know, doing shit like that. That's, excuse me? We will fine you, fucking Space for Linen Cloth, sir. Yeah, F your dead barnacle, sir. Playing this add-on free is really strange, by the way. I think I mentioned this like a couple hours ago, but I have zero. It finished downloading, it finished installing, I put the shit on there, and then I just hopped on. It's really, really weird playing with no add-ons. It makes me realize how, one, how much they've actually changed the UI, or at least certain functionalities of the UI since I started playing, and two, how antiquated the UI still is, because some of these add-ons are still absolutely fucking necessary. I mean, they finally added something in Legion where I don't actually need, like, Ice Hut anymore, which is nice. That only took them fucking 12 years to add something like that. There we go. Now let's port back to Lord Danell, turn this in. We should be, like, midway through 13 at this point. Oh yeah, you can look at it on, search something on YouTube where it's like, if you run through an instance of Nomergon, in the final boss, there's a spot somewhere in the back room. It's like this little teeny tiny, and it's not listed anywhere. I don't even know if they were able to data mine it, but they found this little teeny tiny button on the backs of one of the pillars that basically just says, do not push, or something like that. You push it, And then there's like something like a mech engineer, like Omega Plug or something like that. And it's this level 110 elite. No, excuse me, not elite. He's actually a boss level elite. He's a 110, you know, he's a boss. He's a boss mob. And apparently he hits like a fucking truck, and you needed people with like Mythic plus like 5 gear or Mythic plus 9 gear or something like that to be able to take him down. And fucking Gnomergon. In regular, there is no heroic Gnomergon. It's a level 29 instance Gnomergon. You press this button, you spawn a level 110 boss out of nowhere. And he's just like, surprise, motherfucker, scratch. Not scratch, squash. I forgot my sound effects. Some of these can't be selling right? Because I have almost 2 gold right now, and that seems excessive. Maybe I've just been playing too much, like, old school WoW or something. I don't freaking know, man. I mean, have you heard the quest line about the things you needed to get in order to, for them to originally spawn a world boss? It was like finding 8 orbs. You had to do it in order. And I think it was at the time you could only touch, I think it was like only like 5 people at a time could touch it before it despawned for like 15 minutes or something like that. And then I'm losing my train of thought because I'm trying to read and like do things at the same time. Long story short, you had to put these 8 orbs in a very specific order. You had to do them in a certain amount of time, and then you had to talk to this random NPC both before and after this orb stuff in order to be able to do the things you wanted to do, and then it would spawn. I don't know if it would actually spawn the world boss, but it would spawn the ability or unlock the ability for you to actually get loot from the world boss or something like that. It was like super convoluted. I mean, like some of the places were hidden in the map. Like, you know, you don't see them unless you know they're there. Like there's somewhere in Val'Sharah where it's like you jump off a hill, and if you land on a branch or a root at the right angle, you can actually move, like you could actually run backwards, like away from the edge, like towards the wall or towards the root of the mountain and everything, and hidden, inside the bushes on that wall, there's actually a hidden cave entrance where you can go and click one of those orbs. It's super, like I said, I'll give them all the credit in the world for actually having those little details where people couldn't data mine it. Like they were actually able to add something that people maybe were able to data mine aspects of it, but they couldn't figure out where they were in relation to anything else until somebody actually just, you know, quote unquote pounding the pavement went out and took care of it. You know, that's pretty goddamn impressive to be able to actually put secrets like that in the game that cannot be data mined and just happen to be found by people, you know, like weeks after the game's release. And last I heard, and granted this was like back in November, but last I heard, you know, back in November, they were still saying that there were things that people hadn't found yet. You know, there were still things people had not found in the world that they'd hidden, like either quests or, I don't know, mounts or what have you, but there was still stuff that people hadn't found yet. Oh my god. Alright, it's almost 5 o'clock. I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. I need to go eat some dinner, because I'm an old lady, and I can't go longer than a few hours without eating food now. Dagnabbit. But that was fun. I mean, like, this server is, it's pretty good. I mean, it's you know, it's got a few weird bugs here and there, a few, you know, like a couple of quests activating when they shouldn't, or, you know, just like a couple of small quirks that are usually common fare with the private server. But as far as private servers go, I mean, it's pretty damn well scripting. The pathfinding's pretty good. Like, I don't see any issues with, like, mob respawns or things spawning in ceilings. Like, the quests all work. Even though that one locked door stayed locked and he aggroed me through the door. But, you know, like I said, that can fall under the weird little quirk of a private server. But all things told, this is actually pretty good. You know, if anybody wants to play anything, you know, Mr. Pandaria related, I mean, like, it's good. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily say it's as good as it gets, but as far as, you know, emulation for private service is concerned, there's a whole lot of stuff for vanilla. Burning Crusade is still pretty much crap. I mean, there's some that are okay. Like, Hellground is like, eh. You know, not Elysium, excuse me. Like, Excalibur is, like, pretty okay. You know, it's not the best, but it's pretty okay. Wrath of the Lich King is pretty much spot on. There's, like, 2 or 3 servers that pretty much have it, like, down pat. And then after that, it's kind of like, like, there's probably only 1 or 2 decent or good servers for Cataclysm. And this may actually be the first quote-unquote good server there is. I think there was another one called Wild Freaks that was pretty good as well. But that one is a higher rate. Like, if you're looking for 1 times rate, this is probably good. I hear Wild Freaks is pretty good as well. And then, Warlords of Draenor, and Legion, If you, like, you know, I realize the irony of me saying this, you know, playing on a private server, but, like, if you want to play Reach, just fucking play Retail. Like, don't be a dick. Just fucking play Retail. It's there. It's active. I can understand playing previous expansions because you can't experience those expansions as they were then. But just play like, if you want Legion, just play the fucking Retail game. You can pay for the subscription with gold now, for Christ's sake. But anyway, this server, pretty good. I like it. I may be hopping on and play it. Maybe not, probably not later, but, you know, I maybe, like, at this point, now that I've realized that, you know, YouTube streaming actually kind of works, and it may even potentially work better than Twitch streaming, I may hop on a bit more often. So, yay! Yay! And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.